First hit of the vape after having it cold.
You're still recovering.
Always hits me real weird in the throat. I don't know, I think it's the throat coated with this and gets hit, but I'm trying to theorize it. I can't actually work it out because I can't see what's happening. Bugs me every day.
Get one of those little cameras so you can see what's going on inside your throat when you take the first.
It puts me off smoking ever again. I look at it just as some mad reaction happens in my throat, and it just puts me off smoking altogether.
I mean, have you seen what your throat looks like when you like try to control it and shit from a video?
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's real weird. It's real.
It's weird what the inside of a human body looks like.
Yeah, it's interesting because we don't get to see it, hey?
No. We get to see, like, what would you say? We only get to see fingernails, skin, and hair, roughly from us. It's like, out of everything that we can see, if we could see our whole body inside of us, we'd probably see like 3% of our body.
If we could see,
Or everything that we're made up of or out of.
Yeah.
We see like maybe 3. Like we see
Yeah,
a real
yeah.
minuscule amount of what we're made up.
Yeah, well,
of.
isn't our like intestine like a few K long?
Apparently, or something. Like
Yeah.
that. That's weird.
Like that's crazy.
If you would like, well, you have to unfold it or something. Like
It was so wrapped up and around like that on its own. And isn't the liver a fairly big organ too? Like, isn't it your biggest?
It's weird that
What
you
no.
never think that you've got all of these things inside of
And you get your stomach and your bladder, your kidneys,
like that's
your
inside
lungs,
of me.
both your vacuum packs inside your chest,
But
encaged in all
is
these
it
ribs.
There? Is it there? I can't see it. Is
Yeah,
it there?
Is it there? Is
your
just
heart,
nothing?
your heart that is constantly pumping.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if it
All the
stops,
blood circulating
you're-
around.
Yeah, and if it stops, you're dead.
All these
But-
organs are so fragile.
But we've got no way of telling this thing to stop. It just does it on our own. This thing's constantly telling it to do it, but it's like we're not the admin. We don't have admin permission to get to those.
Yeah, we
those parts
don't.
of our mind.
We need to hack the
brain.
system.
Yeah. Gets to like heartbeat stop. Oh. So go.
Yeah. Manual working kicks
Oh shit! Okay, pump.
in. Yep.
Pump.
Yep. Yeah, all our organs are so fragile. They all work so well together. But obviously not for everyone, and at times they don't. But for a good period of time, your organs work so well together, but they're so fragile. You could break them so easily. Did you know that the liver is the only organ that can regenerate itself?
Yeah, I heard that.
Like, we actually have a part of us that is like full like lizard that loses its tail sort of thing.
Well, apparently the lungs can sort of repair themselves as well.
But that's repairing themselves though, like regenerating themselves, like
Yeah.
regrowing
Yeah, it's still weird.
to the same size again, or to that size again. You can like take away, I think.
So
like
why
two-
didn't whatever is in our liver go to the rest of our body so that it
Yeah,
would always heal
Yeah.
itself?
that's it. Why
Give it
don't
time and
all
it'll
our
heal.
organs have
Imagine
that?
that!
If all our organs could heal.
No, if we could always heal, yeah, if everything could heal, it would be like the healthiest.
It'd be immortal.
And
To a
would
degree.
you-
Oh, I guess to a degree. Like, if you got your heart removed, you would probably stop. Because as much as your organs could heal themselves, they couldn't
Would that mean
heal.
that you would get to... What age would you get to before you stopped aging at that point? Because, I mean, the only reason you're aging is because it's slowly... Whatever's happening, like, it's slowly slowing down and you're getting older.
You'd always keep aging. I mean, you'd always keep...
Yeah, but you'd never be able to die because you're just so...
Yeah, so
your
you
body's
become
perfectly
immortal.
healthy. You'd be immortal and you'd look like shit, but you'd still be able to walk and everything because your muscles would... But then would that mean that your skin would repair? Or...
Your skin already does. Our skin does regenerate because we go through layers of skin.
Yeah.
But
But would it
so
regenerate better?
Probably.
So would we stay younger looking for longer?
Yes. That sounds like the
only
what we're
thing.
getting at.
Man, imagine if you could live forever, but you're perfectly healthy. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but you look haggard. But do wrinkles come because you're losing muscle?
Not all.
Age? I don't know.
A lot of it's from like stretch. So like
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't
the smile wrinkles, and that's because you smile a lot.
I feel like wrinkles are defects, and they would just repair itself.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't want to say. I don't want to say that you're gonna like live. Yeah, like that. If you somehow we live forever, that because we can regen ourselves, that we're gonna get to a certain age, but surely it just takes a long time for us age. That's the only one that makes sense, because like living forever, then technically you never get anywhere from a baby.
Yeah.
You just slowly age over time.
I reckon you'll get to a point like us, and it would stay like this, because a lot of like what happens isn't always due to your organs just working, sort of thing. So everything's still growing inside as well. All the organs are growing. It just means that they can re-heal themselves. So they'll obviously grow to hit like peak, and then carry on from there. So
what
like
peak would be like late 20s?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like end of puberty, just after that sort of thing.
28 to 30 or something like that, or 32 max.
So you would make it a decent way through, and then it would sit at that for a good deal of time. A good deal of time indeed. It would sit at that if everything could regenerate and heal itself.
But you wouldn't want that.
No, I don't think you would.
No, but I mean, you'd never lose any loved ones.
Yeah, everyone else is doing the same, so everyone else would be doing it with you.
Yeah, like that's the only bad thing is like with living forever is you're gonna miss your loved ones. But
if everyone's living forever,
yeah, then I guess it wouldn't really matter. We would get to see what we want to see happen with this universe if we got to live forever and everybody else got to live forever. Maybe I do want that to happen then.
Maybe we need a way that.
But then there's a choice if we want to leave. It has to, surely you could get your heart removed, and you wouldn't come back.
I reckon if they were destroyed enough to the point where there was nothing of them left, or they were too damaged to repair themselves, because like you can take too much of a liver away, and then it's fucked. So they would always have a weak point. They would just be stronger than they are now, which would cause us to live longer. I don't know how much longer it would cause us to live, but I think it would help us live a bit longer anyway. Maybe double our age. And then, yeah. But you'd still definitely be able to die. You know, you got hit by a car, and half your organs don't work no more because of it. Your bones are all broken. Blood's not going around as like it should be. I reckon, that would do it.
Yeah.
But
you're just always going to be healthy. You're not going to die from health. It's going to be from a stupid
It's going to be something else, from a disease or something. It still eats away at it.
Yeah.
It's a stronger disease that can fight past the organs trying to fight back harder.
Yeah.
Just cause us to live longer. They've probably thought about this. They've probably thought about trying to find a way to make every organ.
They probably are trying to do it as we speak.
Probably it'll be a way to make us live longer.
There's some testing that they're doing. You got to imagine what do you think the governments are testing on? Like, what do you think they're up to?
Yeah.
Like what we know. What do you think they're up to?
They could be up to anything, because all the common ones that people say, planes are hovercraft sort of thing, like UFO type materials don't have the engines to power us to go in one direction. You can just go up, act like a drone sort of thing, but bigger scale, big scale. That's the real commonly talked about one. That's more like Area 51 shit.
Yeah.
Anything could be going on in there, and that's what it will be. Anything will be going on. They'll be have labs.
They could be trying to make portals or
wormholes.
they're trying to make in Sweden or something the Hadron Collider.
Yes, I think I heard about this.
It like creates a singularity, which is like a black hole or something.
Mm-hmm. Which is not really.
Why are they trying to create that on Earth?
We don't need to create one. We have no use for that.
No, but apparently, if you can do that, then you could possibly use it to like, let's see, but time travel or
work out what
wormhole.
it is. We've got to work out what they are, where they go, and what they do.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be something behind it.
But how?
So if we could create one, then we would be able to work out what there is, which would answer a lot of questions.
Imagine
we might find that.
Imagine how quickly we would die if that went wrong.
Oh yeah, whole world straight away indulged. But yeah, imagine if we work it out and we find out what's on the other side of them, and it is like a completely another dimension, or another Earth that hasn't been touched yet, or we've gone back in time. Like, then the whole Earth just being like, well, we fucked this one up and fucked off straight through that black hole. See where that one over there takes us, and end up somewhere else. And maybe we'll start with this planet and do it again. Leave a lot of people behind.
Imagine if they did, if fucked up was like, they're just in the middle of something, then boom, nothing, you're not here. And like you just like, going up, like you somehow see like, the world's gone, it's like, just like an arrow pointing at the one person that fucked, like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck did you do this for? we told you not to do this, and you go ahead and do it.
Yep.
Fuck.
Imagine the space race we would have if we did find out that black holes led us somewhere. Everyone would be rushing to be the first person to go through one in our actual solar system to see where it went. It would be another space race all over again, and that would be a huge one because our nearest black hole is not close by.
It's in the centre of our galaxy, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, what if they're just ways to travel to other galaxies, but they just destroy us? Because we don't know what's on the other side.
Yeah, who knows what's on the other side, man? They make no sense, really. Like, they shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Well, if we manage to live forever with our new regenerating organs, we won't be around long enough to see what's on the other side. I reckon we're not too far off finding out, to be honest.
Nah.
Everything's moving very quickly now.
True. Give it another, I could say give it another 50 years and we might
find out. If you think about it, man, I was listening to something today, just trying to remember now, that was the first, the chemical chart, what's it called?
Periodic table.
Periodic table. The first one of them to ever be written up was back in 1868, or close to that time. That's like 150 years ago. There will be people still alive now that would have had parents that were around at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time they put together the periodic table. That wasn't that long ago. Everything's happened like so quickly, because like when we were like the real old times that I consider a real old times was really only like 100 to 200 years ago. It's insane to me that time perspective.
Yeah, like
it's moving so quick.
Nights and stuff is only like 2. So no, what would that be like? Maybe 400 years ago was nights and stuff. Apparently, it's not that.
That's
not really not that long ago.
That's a handful of generations.
That's really only 4 generations. If everybody lived to 100, it's only 4 generations. If I could go back 4 generations to see where I came from where one half of my family came from England.
And that's not that far, man. Like,
to me,
our
like that's like
should have known. Like, our grandparents' parents would have been around in those times, sort of thing. But it's weird because I was always told that these events happened a long time ago, and I was always, had that mindset of, it was a long time ago.
Thousands.
Long time ago.
But then again, it still was that thousands of years ago. It was still like iron. I swear it was still probably knights and shit.
Probably.
And we only like just recently sort of got out of it in the past 600 years or so, maybe.
If that. And it's just clicked and we've suddenly just gone whoop, up. And I think one of the greatest things is that I've come to realise is that we're I always like, you know, the talk of evolution, you know. I was like, oh yeah, we evolved from monkeys into this sort of thing. And like, oh, that's pretty cool, without ever considering the fact that we're still moving in that evolution.
Yeah.
We're still going forward. We're watching ourselves evolve
We're
now.
still evolving. Every
generation we evolve. You know, that occurred to me. It's something I never really thought into. That's mind-boggling that we're still evolving. We're watching it happen. And what got me thinking even more is that we're the only species that is aware that we are still evolving. We could shape our future selves by what we do now. And that will be the case. Natural habits and things will rub off in generations' times, and they'll just be more natural to them. Things like that. We could reshape generations from now in what we do now.
What is the next humans going to look like?
Exactly. Humans are forever changing. And now with all of us changing things like our gender, what's that going to do to generations from now? Like, what is the human race going to look like? It's going to be so different. It's going to be very different. And that's not to say that fashion's going to play a part in that too. Imagine what fashion's going to be like in a few generations' time. What do you think they're going to have in like 2-3 generations' time?
No idea.
Like, what would you imagine that they might have?
Surely flying cars by then.
Surely. It's so cliche.
It is,
but it's gotten to the point that
surely,
because it's so cliche, someone's going to have to do it. Someone's going to be that guy being like, look guys, I did it. I'm the first guy. We've been talking about it for decades now. We'll be needing flying cars in the future, and they're here.
Comes out, these motherfuckers could have done this 20 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Or like, these cunts could have done it back in 2020. What?
They just chose not to because it wasn't really a good idea.
Yeah.
Because logically it's not.
No.
When you think about it.
Can you imagine flying in the evening and get fucking hit by some random person?
Yeah, man. It'll take out birds and you start losing where you are, get quite disorientated. There's no roads to remember. And like, I'm really bad for seeing my car on empty and being like, oh, I'll make it home. Imagine being flying and doing the same thing, then you run out of gas. You're going to fall out of the sky. You can't just wait for old Jerry, your mate, to come down with the jerry can to help fill you up. Because you're falling out of the sky at that point. And because people would actually do that, that's probably why they would be a reason why they probably wouldn't think about actually making flying cars for the public.
Surely they wouldn't run on gas.
Nah.
Surely they run on like...
They'd be electric
and they run off of solar panels, like real super solar panels, or
the roofs are solar panels.
Or they've discovered some way to store fucking tons of energy in batteries and have them real tiny and just have hundreds of tiny batteries that can hold heaps of energy.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be a good idea. You would have to.
Okay.
You have to foolproof it.
Maybe hover vehicles. That one's. I think they've sort of done the stuff now, but
like hoverboards.
Yeah, but like all to a vehicle, like hover cars.
Oh yeah.
Like actual cars that hover, but like that's the norm. Everybody's got hover cars now.
Yep.
And cars with wheels aren't a thing.
Did you not buying wheels for your sick ride?
Only in museums. What would the car seem like if you had hover vehicles?
My car hovers like 10 mil off the ground.
How do you lower it?
You just set the hover fans to low. You've pretty much got bags everywhere. You know, you can like drive into the drags and then just like turn it all down. And
the thing is, I can't really think of a futuristic looking cover vehicles. They all look like old things to me because that's all we've really ever seen is like what the old people thought they would look like now.
Yeah, we don't have our own image of them because we were already given one.
And all the cars now would look stupid as a hover car, but all the older cars sort of suit looking like a hover car.
Yeah, and you're right there. I can see that. You know how big a tuna is, bro? Tunas are huge. They're big fish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought you're meaning that can of tuna, like, how big this is. I'm like,
No, like, actual fish. They're a big fish. I remember as a kid, I always used to see this and be like, oh, must be a little fish. They put it in a little can.
No.
That's a big fish. Imagine how many cans this size, the small little tuna cans, do you think they could fit one? Like, how many do they get out of one fish? Is this the same fish that's in here, or is this like 2 of them or 3 of them?
God, how many fish are you eating in that one piece?
Yeah.
Surely it's the same fish.
Surely. Because you could get hundreds of these cans out of a tuna.
But then again, it's shredded, so it could just be like getting heaps of fish just getting chucked into a shredding thing.
Yeah.
That's probably the case because it'd be automated.
Yeah, these days it would. Once upon a time it would have been all individual. Oh, once upon a time probably would have been normal to buy a whole tuna at a supermarket instead.
Oh, what do you reckon? Fuck, both sides of a tuna as well.
Yeah, both sides. They're big fish.
I want to say like 60 of them maybe?
I'll get a few. They do pack a fair amount in here though, but comes with a spoon.
A dangerous spoon.
A very dangerous spoon. Cut myself many times. You a big fan of fish?
Yeah.
I mean, not many people are these days. It seems to be a dying food. Not literally either.
Yeah.
The complete opposite. They yeah, I know more people now that don't like fish than people that do. Like I get amazed when I come across someone that actually enjoys fish and not just like, oh yeah, I like fish from the fish and chip store, but that's it. Like, people that are actually like, yeah, like salmon or start naming off shellfish and stuff. You know, like shellfish is the best. It's like a luxury for me.
I haven't explored a lot of shellfish.
They're good.
But if it was cooked, if I knew it was cooked the way that, or a nice way or something, I'd try it 100%. I'm not just gonna... You gotta at least let me have it in a nice way first before I try to eat it however you're meant to eat it.
No, most of them you can eat cooked. And like just on their own, like cooked in butter or something. Like mussels and shellfish.
Yeah, I think I've had garlic and butter mussels before.
They're good, man. You can get them like in the shell.
Yeah.
If you get them at a restaurant, really hard dish to make. Actually, I got it when I went to dinner last weekend. I got that exact dish. It just came with the nice creamy sauce and the open shell mussels. It's real interesting because they're closed and when you put them in and you cook them, they just crack open. So yeah, it's a real hard sauce to perfect and you're also trying to cook the mussels in it and cook them right. It's not easy. They couldn't even do it at this restaurant. The sauce was split. Yeah, but
the sauce was split.
The sauce was split though. Like, not that I complained or anything. I munched that down like there was no tomorrow. I just mentally took note that yeah, the sauce was split. But man, they are good. They are so good. They also gave me an empty shell. I had like all the shells in there. I picked one up and it was like, not even a mussel in this one. It's just a shell. Jeez. No, shellfish are good. I actually quite like pawa too.
Oh yeah, I love pawa.
I actually enjoy kina as well.
I don't think I've ever had kina.
Very salty.
It's just a weird looking thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like a blob of meat, and it's just really salty. It's not bad though. Like, I'd love to try it in something now. Like, see what someone could prepare with kina. That'd be quite cool. I've only ever had it on its own. I've had eel. I know it's not fish, but on topic of weird food, I've had eel. It was very tough.
Is eel not a fish?
No, I guess eel was a fish, yeah.
It lives underwater.
Had a blank moment there. Eel is a fish.
Type of fish. I mean, you don't see eels on land
No.
when it's wet grass. I mean, they breathe water. Breathe water? They breathe air. They do breathe air.
Yeah, but they live in the water. They're mammal?
I don't know.
No, surely not.
I can Google this for us.
Oh, we can.
What is an eel?
Long, skinny thing. But no, eel wasn't bad. It was just really tough. And its nerves twitched for hours after it was dead.
It's a fish. Eels are actually fish.
Alright, it's a fish. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Yeah, eels are fish. They're not bad. What else is in our deep sea? Oh, who knows, really?
A lot.
Yeah.
Probably
Who
a
knows?
lot.
Who knows?
A lot of it could probably look fake when it comes up like that's not real.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
something
this isn't
that
from our
probably-
planet.
Yeah, but that's on our planet.
Yeah.
Think of all the things that haven't evolved yet
Mm.
that are down there.
Imagine if there's something down there that's going to evolve and walk on land, like we did, and it's just something like ridiculously big. It's like, nah, mate, get back in the water. Not today. Stay down there. It could be anything down there, man. Anything. So big, dark, open. Jeez, man, it could be anything. It freaks me out, eh? It
Yeah.
really does. One thing that really freaks me out: deep water, ocean. Fascinates me though. Like, I love fish and coral, and like, I would love a tropical tank. Like, have some like proper fluorescent coral and Nemo and Dory, and that'd be cool. And I like whales. I love whales, man. They fascinate me. How they communicate.
Yeah.
That's incredible. You know, like we've now created technology that can do that underwater. You know, we can send out sonar and stuff. But you know, that was a natural thing for them to do that. That's incredible. Baffles me all the time. Like, dolphins are very much the same.
There's gotta be a monster down there. Some fucking big monster.
Big ass Leviathan.
No, I don't know. Something.
Yeah, big Leviathan. Something huge.
There's gotta be something in there that can come onto land if it somehow wanted to. And it'll fuck shit up.
It would need to be homed in a big space though, you know? It couldn't be homed in a space that it barely fat in. Like, it would need space to do things and hunt and stuff, so...
Who knows?
It would have to be an area where other fish are around.
Yeah, well, I mean, who knows what's down there?
Yeah.
So they could be hunting anything.
Just some massive
we
big cave opening.
We haven't explored the whole entire ocean.
Haven't we only explored?
If we could go on the floor and just travel the whole floor and map out the whole floor, the shit we would see.
Oh, it would be incredible. I would love to see it. I can't wait for the day we do. I reckon one day we will discover our oceans more. So we've only 2% of our oceans we've discovered so far.
I think it was 5 or 3 or something like that.
Yeah, it was low. It was below
real
10.
Low.
Yeah, it was a real low amount. Like, that's incredible. We've mapped out our land, all of it, like pretty much every part of our land on this earth we've mapped out. But ocean, we don't know what's even down there.
Because so big.
Yeah.
It is, as you said, space, pretty much.
It is, it's space.
Because it is dark. You can't see shit.
All we know is it's not infinite. Like that's the only thing we really know about it. Is that it must have a bottom.
You know if you go down, you're going to get to
a bottom.
A bottom.
Eventually.
Imagine how cold that water would be all the way down there. No light.
It's really, like, really distilled. Been sitting just, like, quite stagnantly. It could be, like, a different kind of ecosystem down there.
Sure, it would be.
The water could have different chemicals in it. It could be completely different type. It could be completely different chemicals in it.
Turns out it's fresh water.
There's trout down there.
What the fuck?
Lots of real big crayfish, like meter-long crays. That's it. There could be anything down there. There could be a completely different ecosystem down there. It runs completely differently. A complete different species of water creatures.
Well, that's like what I was talking about last night. That brine, which is like the real salty. There's like parts of the ocean that are that. What is bound to be fish that are surviving in that real salty stuff.
Yeah.
But it just looks like cloud, but it's just really salty.
That's why I can't wait to know what is down there, or even have just a little bit more information, because from there you could come up with anything, and that would be cool.
All we need to do really is just get a submarine that can withstand the pressure, and always have somehow good contact with and just travel around.
Yeah.
You'd have to have heaps just to have huge floodlights.
Yeah, if we could come up with a way of lighting it up easily, we could just send drones down, like a type of water drone, you know. As long as we could light up a decent amount. The camera quality on our drones and stuff now is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, like, quality-wise, it wouldn't lack, but we would need so much lighting to be able to see decently what's around, because, you know, you're only going to see so far until you can't see anymore. So I reckon if we could perfect, like, lighting and get something that it could work in dark depths of water.
It's like Subnautica sort of did that okay. Like, it's pitch black when you go real far down, and then put some floodlights or base lights or whatever they were. And it's like, it actually lights it up a little bit. Like, enough to run your base, but we'd have to do that around the whole entire ocean.
Yeah. Like, if we could come up with some sort of lighting scheme, like, I reckon we could see what's down there. As long as we could get a drone that could handle the pressure, if we made out of some, like, insane material, and we can get down there and just see. Just see. Of course, it would always be speculation against it, though. Like, people would always be like, "Oh, the footage isn't real," and stuff like that. Be like space.
Yeah.
Because they can't go there and see it themselves.
Yeah. Feel free.
Yeah, go for a swim. Jump in.
We'll give you a suit. Do you want to go?
A wetsuit.
Do you want to go that far now?
Yeah.
Do you really reckon
you'll make it?
Do you really reckon you'll be able to take that much pressure?
Yeah. The whole world's going to be watching you too, at that point. People can be so stupid like that, though, eh? So ignorant.
Yeah.
To wanting to see it themselves.
Have you heard them, Joe Rogan and Duncan, have you heard them talk about ancient Egypt? Have they brought up anything about that?
I don't think they have yet.
About, like, the Sphinx has apparently got water erosion on it from more than 10,000 years ago, which is not, that can't be true with what Egypt logic's going off of.
Yeah.
Like, that's 10,000 years ago is way before Egypt.
Yeah.
And, like, he keeps saying about, like, whoever built the Sphinx in the Egypt text got told to uncover them because they were buried in sand, like to uncover them and he'll be a pharaoh because they were buried in sand. Like, they could have, and how we keep saying, like, how that we have no clue how the pyramids got made. There could have been some advanced civilization and they got to where we're getting to and we just wipe ourselves out and nothing survives apart from whatever made out of rock.
Yeah.
Because everything else is going to slowly
That's
break
it.
away.
If everything that once was a civilization like we are now, and it somehow the entire lot got completely wiped out, like to the point where we can't, like nothing left, sort of thing, or minimal left, like could have been a little bit left, and just used as resources in the past.
Yeah. Ancient Egypt people could have just like moved in. Yep, this is our thing, and claimed it.
Yeah.
Because can they really decipher pictures to make sense out what that means?
Yeah. It's just like pretty much just wiped a part of history away. No one remembers it.
Nobody's the ancient or the whoever the Egypt people are. They'd never be able to admit it because it has been telling a lie this whole time.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy. There could have been a whole civilization almost all as advanced as we are.
And they did something wrong and got wiped out, bar a bare few. And
Their corona got way worse.
yeah,
Killed them all.
or
Then Sharknadoes came in and took it all.
Sharknadoes. How many of those have they made?
What, 3, 4?
I haven't watched a single one.
Neither. I just get told a lot about them. I've seen a lot of clips. It looks so stupid.
It looks so bad.
How about that movie that is the homicidal tire that goes around killing people? With like the cops chasing it the whole time. Yeah, it's just a tire with a mind of its own. It just goes around killing people.
I haven't heard of that.
Apparently it's one of the worst movies in the world. It's like on the top 10 worst movies in the world. Craig's seen it. He's seen it just crack up because of how shit it is. The idea behind it's just so insane. And someone came up with that idea, pitched it for a movie, and then convinced someone else that it was also a good idea. You know what would be a good idea for a movie? Homicidal road tire. They take a car tire, it goes the mind of its own, goes around killing people, man. They can't stop the thing because it's a tire. What are you gonna do? Like, and then obviously the guy that was pitching the movie to was like, yeah, man, yeah, like, that's a really good idea. We'll fucking do it. Let's get it done.
I don't even see how you come up with that being high.
It baffles me. What a movie. I'm glad it exists. I'm glad that it exists. But I haven't watched it. I must watch it. I have read a bit about it, but I must watch it. I need to see how bad it is.
The only way to kill it is to do a fucking sick burnout.
Yeah. Yeah. Put it back on a car. Can't move. See, I'm interested in seeing
because
how
how does it
goes.
unbolt? Oh, it's got a mind of its own.
That's right. I need to watch
unbolt
it.
itself?
I need to see it so I can get a plot line and sort of stuff. But I've watched some B-grade movies in the past and I've actually thoroughly enjoyed them. So I'll definitely give this a watch. So I have to find a copy of it. Homicidal road tire.
I wonder if it's just a tire or if it's a wheel.
I'm pretty sure it's a mag with a tire. I'm trying to picture. I know the image, the poster image. There's like I think it's a cop car like looking at you on the road, and the tire's like facing it, doing a burnout.
So it's killing itself by doing a burnout.
Yeah.
If it does enough of that, it's not going to exist anymore.
It's got regenerating tires.
Unless it's not the tire and it's the mag itself.
Nah, definitely a tire on it.
No, unless it's the mag itself is alive and the tire isn't.
Well, tires like clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd have to take it to the wheel nuts.
Yeah. To the wheel nuts.
Or just put them on and just fucking curb the shit out of this one. Curb hop it.
He just hits a curb too hard.
Boom!
Like,
He ain't hurting anything anymore.
Yeah.
He's damaged for life. Comes back refurbished with a vengeance.
Oh, yeah, I must watch it. I'll tell you once I've watched
now
it.
I was just wondering, like, how could they come up with that for a movie? I just came up with a sequel.
Yeah. Go ask the guy, go tell the guy that produced it.
Bro, I got a sequel idea for you.
I'm listening, mate. Here we go.
Do it. The cunt does a mad fucking burnout and curb hops it.
Yeah.
Mad buckle and chunk taken out of it. The wheel goes away and get refurbished and comes back with a vengeance for blood on the guy.
Yeah, let's get it done. We'll sell millions of copies.
You know, the only other way to get rid of it is to put him onto an AU Falcon. and go to the wheel nuts.
To the wheel nuts. No, who would do that sort of stuff? Who would do that?
I don't know. Like, who would put effort into, like, they had to convince a company.
They said they had to convince someone.
It's a company.
And then the actors that were playing it were probably like the whole time scratching their head like, this is weird, but I'm getting paid so well. But this is a weird storyline. Like, we would have had to pay quite a bit in CGI. Like, people animating it were probably like, man, what am I making, man?
Just some weird shit.
I went to school to do this. Like, I paid all for that education to do this. Animating this homicidal car tire. Could be wrong, could actually be a really good movie, but I've heard it's the worst. Always weirds me out when I think about Suzuki making cars, because like they make motorbikes.
Imagine if Nissan made a motorbike.
Yeah, imagine that they could. Suzuki makes both.
Or Toyota. Does Toyota make bikes? Or
No.
Anything?
They make electric Formula 1 cars.
They make Hilux.
Hilux, mate. It lives forever.
Apparently.
It does. It's fact.
Yeah, they do make electric Formula.
They were the first, weren't they? Because they worked with Canterbury Baltic. Which way? That way. And they designed, like, I could be completely wrong here. I'm pretty sure I heard this on the news when it happened, because I used to watch the news in my old man's. But I may be completely wrong. I'm pretty sure, like, it was Toyota and Baltic in Canterbury that designed the first Formula E car, which is the Toyota that you see on the track today. Well, they may have changed it since then, but, you know, I think I could be wrong.
Be interesting. If only there's a way we could fact check it.
Well, check. Have a Google.
What are we searching?
Toyota Formula E. New Zealand. Are we seeing anything? Formula E wiki? History? No, I'm not really seeing anything, no. I could be talking complete shit here.
I might not just not be knowing what to search about.
Yeah, unknown. Could be right, could be wrong. What were we talking about? We were talking about cars, weren't we? Because we were talking about the
we're talking about like Suzuki making cars and motorbikes.
Yeah, cars and motorbikes, man. There's nothing stopping anyone from doing both. Like, so yeah, Suzuki does both. But I was thinking, like, what cars does Suzuki currently have? The Swift, obviously. But what other cars do they currently have? I can't think of any. Like,
no, I can't think of names, and I can't really.
Can't picture any.
think I can picture a couple, but I can't tell.
It's like they make motorbikes, so it's just kind of weird they made a car. It's like if Ducati suddenly made a car. Well, Ducati did make a car. That was weird. They made like wicked sport bikes and dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Triumph, they've done both. Imagine Harley Davidson came out with a car. You got 6 V-twins in there. Just a car that sounds like the biggest Harley in the world.
Oh, that'd be fucking weird.
That'd be real weird.
But they could do it.
They could. Nothing stopping them.
No. Because it's not, I mean, surely it's not hard to make a basic car and put an engine into it.
Yeah. Wouldn't be hard. There's like scams on the internet where you can pay like $10,000 for like a supercar and you get sent a car and it's just like some real cheap, budgetly put together electric car. And like you can tell it's cheaply put together. Everything's like riveted real rough and it's like thin as fuck. Like you can tell, but it's still a legitimate working car that you could probably put on the road. So it's not hard. It can't be hard at all. You know, scams are pulling it off. Imagine if Mazda made a rotary motorbike, a Mazda bike, and it's just rotary. That'd be cool.
I've seen rotary motorbikes.
Really?
I think they've been made by people.
Yeah.
I mean, snowmobiles, some of the old ones, they had a rotary engine by Sashes. It's called a Sashes engine or something like that, yeah. So I've seen go-karts use those engines, which is pretty much a motorbike engine as well. So, yeah, it wouldn't be hard, I reckon.
It could be done then. True.
Imagine some like
It'd be legendary.
triple rotor, but like smaller triple rotor, but still producing power. That thing would sound mean.
That'd be cool. You just downsize the whole idea.
Because really, that's what you have to do. And it's like some probably different way of holding it all and getting the power out of it. But
It just wouldn't be as strong.
some chain thing. Because it is just a chain, isn't it?
Yeah, not have that. Then you do have belt-driven and drivetrain these days. Actually, like drive shaft, like a shaft comes at the side of it and runs down to the back wheel and goes onto it, and it just works off gears like it's.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's a thing.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. Some wicked engineering, but it's real weird. It's sleek, like you can't really tell anything and stuff, but yeah. And belts are all good. They're not too bad. But you know they can just snap on you. I think they look really cool. Personally, I love a bike that has it's belt driven. Like, it's cool. It's such old school way.
Yeah.
But normally it's chain.
I like the suicide shifters as well.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. I watched a
actually
video of one
makeshift made one once.
who set one up so that you didn't, like, you could put it into first gear and it wouldn't stall, and you didn't need to use the clutch to take off, but you needed to use it to change gears.
Oh yeah.
But you didn't need to use it to take off, so it wouldn't stall in first gear. That was pretty cool.
That's cool. That's real cool.
I want to know how he did it so that you can be in first gear but it doesn't stall, but then you have to use the clutch to change gears after that.
Consistently do a burnout when you're stopped.
But he wasn't.
Damn. I don't know actually. No, I don't know. The bike would be stopped, but it won't be moving, so the engine won't be moving. It's just going to die because the engine's not turning over.
Can you somehow have like an automatic first?
There'd be some wicked gearbox designing to achieve that.
Surely that would be quite a difficult task.
Craig,
Yeah.
tell us how would you do this?
He would probably be able to do it too.
Man, yeah, how? Like, I'm just thinking, like, you've got an automatic gearbox just for first, and then you've got another gearbox set up so that it's...
Yeah, like, it would be so hard to engineer, like, to design that.
But when you go down, it shifts you over into the other gearbox. When you go up, it shifts you into the other one. Like pulling the drive, like it'd be like unbolting the engine and bolting it onto the that gearbox, and then unbolting it and putting it onto that one.
Yeah. Now that'd be so hard to achieve.
But he didn't even have the brake on it. He didn't even have a brake on when he was at stopped. Like,
Okay, that is weird.
Yeah, like that, and it was like,
That's weird.
is it like some? Oh,
He didn't flick into neutral, did he?
no, it was in first. Does it somehow? Could it be like some way of disengaging the clutch, so that it's just spinning, and then it engages somehow? But no, we just said that it doesn't use the clutch. I don't know, but that's what he said in the video. Oh yeah, I was listening to them today, as per usual, and they were talking about dreams, and how I was talking about to you the other day about like dreams are like the different reality thing.
Yep.
Yeah, but they were sort of just saying like, how do we not know that what's happening right now isn't a dream as well?
Yeah, I think I said that too when you told me that theory.
I can't remember if you did or not, but
Yeah. I've often thought that. I've often wondered, like, what if this is the dream? As a kid, like, I'm talking like age of 7 sort of thing. I remember waking up some mornings after like having some cool dreams and being like, I wonder if that's actually the real place and this is the dream. Like, what if it's the other way around?
Yeah.
Like, so I could feel the emotions that were happening in my dream. All the
Yeah.
emotions are real. And sometimes it even feels like the touch is real. Like it's that powerful.
Yeah,
like,
the other night I had a dream about me having a wicked backache, and my back was aching, and then I got to work and I was like, why isn't my back... Oh, was it a dream? Was I dreaming that my back was sore?
Yeah,
I mean, and it was like uncomfortable back pain that I felt before, but it just felt so real in the dream.
Yeah, I've had a dream where I've like cut my finger. Nothing bad or anything, so it wasn't like I woke up and checked my hand. But later on in the day, I remembered that image in my mind of my finger being cut, and I was like, oh yeah, I did nothing about that. Looked at my hand, I was like, oh no, that's right, it was a dream. Quite often. Like, it quite often does seem so real, but it's patchy.
Yeah.
But then, when you think about it, when you're in a dream, your memory of this time doesn't really exist either. Like, not very often in a dream I've caught myself thinking about normal time. Only in, like, lucid dreams and stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously lucid dreams counteracts what we're talking about.
I've never really been able to lucid dream. I've always wanted to. I feel like I've sort of had some control over a couple of dreams.
So cool. It's so easy to snap out of though. Like once you like most of the time, people that can achieve lucid dreams, the moment they realize, they'll wake up. Or
That's me.
Snap out of it.
I go like, well, I know I'm dreaming now. I may as well wake up and boom. But it's like always. I swear, I lucid dream just before I have to wake up, and it's my normal body clock waking me up as well. Like I realize that I'm dreaming, and so I just wake myself up.
Lucid dreaming so cool.
It happened this morning. It happened yesterday morning.
I used to love lucid dreaming. I managed to be able to achieve it nearly every time I wanted. Just being like really relaxed sort of thing, and really got into it and could catch myself in a dream and work out that I was in it. And yeah, to start with, I would wake up very, very quickly after working out that I was in a lucid dream, but then managed to control it and I just had to not think about the fact that it was a dream as much. Like I couldn't let it be my first thought. I had to, as soon as I realised, be like, try and tell myself to not think about it and don't snap out of it. You know, stay in this and just enjoy it. You know, don't wake up. No need to. And it's cool because sometimes I haven't had full control over everything. Like I once I realised like I in my dream can't walk around anywhere because I think maybe it's to do with like my body not actually moving. But so I'll stand there and I can make like anything I want happen in front of me or shit like that. And then it's cool because I'm in the scenery that I was in when I realised. So sometimes it's been at like primary schools that I was at or stuff like that. It's kind of cool because I'm just visualising that memory exactly how I remember it. You know, it might not be accurate to what actually was there, but that's exactly how I remembered it when I was that old. Because the memory's there, and that's obviously what I'm visualising of places.
Yeah, it's so crazy how vivid dreams are. It seems so real. It looks real, and then it's not. How does it make it up in here?
Yeah, how can we visualise it? Because we don't see it through our eyes. How do we actually picture that in our brain? Like how can we have an image that we can vividly look at anytime we want in our mind? What's looking at that image?
Do our eyes roll backwards when
Yeah,
we go
like-
to sleep? Or when
I'm
we
sure
close
they've
our-
worked it out, but it's just crazy to think about.
Yeah. Man. Like. Well, I mean, these are just bringing in. It's weird.
Yeah,
They're
that's
just
what I
bringing
mean.
in things and our brains telling us to see it.
I tried to slip it in the other night, and you can actually hear me say this in a previous recording.
I think it was last night.
Quite possibly.
Yeah,
I
think
tried to
was.
slip it in, but no one picked up on it. But yeah,
I think
how
I
do
think
you-
I sort of did, but I don't really know.
How do you
But
think
yeah,
about it?
I don't know.
You can imagine anything in your head,
Yeah.
but where do you see it?
In the middle of my brain.
Yeah, that's all I can think.
That's
too.
why when I'm thinking about it, I'm somehow
You just
feeling-
centralise it.
Yeah. But I don't have eyes in the middle of my brain.
No, that's it. What's looking at it?
The third eye.
The third eye.
Our spirit. Surely it's
Yeah.
everything just goes back to spiritual shit now.
But hell, if we can make an image appear in our mind with nothing there looking at it, but we know exactly we can see it. The spiritual world doesn't sound that unbelievable.
No, like that's like all the hallucinogenic drugs and shit. Like it's obviously real. We're just altering our mind to get there, but it's got to be real. The stoned ape theory,
Yeah, I do like that stone ape theory.
where a certain bunch of monkeys went off and just kept on eating magic mushies, pretty much, and evolved.
Yeah.
What if that's what we're supposed to still be doing? Or what we're seeing now is because we've still got that stuff in us. We can make DMT in us. What if that's just like what we're seeing? We're just still tripping out because of how much mushrooms
Yeah.
the monkeys ate in the past, and like we eventually come off of it and realize that something, I don't know. Or yeah, we have to keep on eating the mushrooms to evolve more somehow. But even that goes against that, because you said you can see us slowly evolving.
Yeah, we can see ourselves evolving now. That was what that
Yeah.
was one of the topics I was bringing up. Yeah, I was quite blown away when I thought about that yesterday. Like, we can literally watch ourselves evolve right in front of our eyes right now. We're doing it in many ways. Our mind's evolving, our bodies are evolving.
Well, just even think from World War 2 to now, that's such a technological advance.
And that's such a short time.
Yeah, not even 100 years yet.
Such a short time. Like I said with the periodic table, and how old it was, how long ago it was written, 1868 or something. That's like I said, 150 years ago. World War One was like just over 100 years ago. It was only like 50 years before that, not even 50 years before that.
Yeah.
That the periodic table was written. There's the chemicals in the world, all the chemicals in the world that were known to man. We'd only worked out that bunch.
I wonder where
at that time
it came from then. Because like we went from alchemy to science.
Mm. It's crazy, man. Like the whole Isaac Newton and all those people. Like that wasn't all that long ago. In when you look at it,
yeah, creating electricity isn't that old.
No, not that old at all. It's pretty new, really. And look what we've done with it.
Yeah.
In such a short space of time.
We've made solar panels.
We can power from the sun. We can power from the wind and the ocean.
It doesn't have to be whatever they used back then. How did they even make electricity back then? Generators? I guess so.
Yeah.
No. Did they even have engines? Surely they had engines back then.
Yeah, they would have used some sort of generation. Something to generate momentum.
A windmill or something. Or like a watermill.
Yeah, it wasn't all that long ago. Time's just all how you see it.
Yeah.
Some people, like I was under the illusion that, it was a long time ago, way back beyond yonder, before the hills.
Nah.
It's not that long ago.
A couple 100 years ago. Is really all the history we know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nothing, man.
And
that is nothing.
Humans have been around for a long time and something just clicked.
Yeah, something clicked big time.
Because it's been around us this whole time.
We probably had like incredibly self-aware or something. And it's like it's happening again right now. I feel like something is clicking again right now. Because everybody right now is evolving. Which actually brings me on to something else. How we're talking about how, like, we say we're woke, we're quite woke, more awake than others. Right now, we kind of feel like it's happening so early. And it's like, when I think about it, I was like, surely my parents, like, they're I see them only just going through this sort of awakeness now. Like, it's happening to me so early. I don't think there's actually. I feel like this awakeness that's happening isn't actually isn't something that's meant to happen. Like, this is just happening right here, right now to everybody.
Mm.
Maybe not everybody, because some people are quite arrogant and stuff. Towards a lot of things. So, we'll be breaking through into them. That would be the hard part. But besides from that, there's a great deal of people right now just waking up to a lot of things. Their minds are just, something's just clicked, and that this is happening right now. That's crazy. Evolution is changing again. I reckon that's what's happening.
What will we evolve into?
A Pikachu!
Whoa. Which Pokemon is this?
We've had to collect all the candy over these years through working, and then now we've finally got enough to evolve again, so the government's like, sweet, here's all the candies, we're going to evolve now. And then I hit the button and we're just doing that process. We're in the cutscene of evolving right now.
Yeah. Did it take a pandemic for us to evolve?
Quite possibly.
Or for a majority of people to
wake
up? That,
Then again, like I say, I've been thinking like this for years.
yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
I think my thinking started back when I was 7. I normally use the age of 7 as quite a common age when I think back to me being a kid, because that was when I started thinking, properly thinking. And it hasn't stopped since then. I started just wondering about everything.
We're just machines for ideas.
Big ideas, theorize everything.
Where do the ideas come from? Who's feeding us these ideas?
Yeah. I've heard a bit about that actually.
It's the DMT alien.
Question everything, theorize it all. Because why not?
It's the only way we'll figure out what we're meant to be doing.
Yeah. It's the only way. Don't question it. Never find the answer. Gotta be answers out there. Just finding them. All in the unknown something else. That was so cheap.